ADIDAS is a multinational corporation that designs and manufactures shoes, clothes, and accessories. It is the largest sportswear manufacturer in Europe and has more than 2,000 stores worldwide. 1. Balance sheet.
Total assets of ADIDAS are composed mainly of the current and fixed assets, which are 52% and 47% respectively. The remaining 1% is prepaid expenses. ADIDAS performs in the sportswear sector and has a supposedly significant amount of assets in the market and inventories, resulting in a high percentage of current assets. The fixed assets are composed of tangible, intangible, and financial assets. Tangible assets are 85%, intangible assets are 3%, and financial assets are 12%. Current assets are composed of inventories, 1%, receivable and other assets, 44%, securities, 35%, and cash and cash equivalents, which are 20%.
ADIDAS has a total amount of liabilities equaling to €7,719,963 for the year 2020. The largest source of liabilities comes from liabilities to affiliated companies, which constitutes 55.6% out of the total. This part is composed of liabilities resulting from group treasury activities, as well as loans received from affiliated companies, which amount to 3%. The company also has trade accounts payable, which is the money that ADIDAS owes to its suppliers and makes up 2.2% of liabilities. There are also other liabilities to the bank, which account for 1.6% and stem from accrued interest not yet payable, credit balances and account receivable, option premiums paid by subsidiaries, and salaries and commissions payable. ADIDAS also has a bond payment of 3 million, which constitutes borrowed money they have obtained from investors. Here we have a graphic representation of the division of liabilities.
You can see on the balance sheet that ADIDAS equity has a total of 3,532,859 at the end of 2020. The largest source of equity comes from capital reserves, which constitutes 37.75 out of the total. Then it is followed by retained earnings, which represent 32.99%, the revenue reserves 23.73%, and the subscribed capital 5.68%, knowing that the revenue reserves include the legal reserves. Next, we have the par value of treasury shares, which is minus 0.15%. 2. Income statement.
Total revenues amount to €5,599,652,000, of which 11.1% are financial revenues and 88.9% are operating revenues. Of the total revenues, 9.1% are profit received under a profit and loss transfer agreement, 2% are income from investments into related companies, 17.6% are other operating incomes, 0.05% come from changes in inventories, and 71.3% are from sales. It's interesting to notice that in the sales, 50.4% are from licensing income. This is important because ADIDAS uses its reputation to license its product and therefore make a revenue through that.
So the total expenses amount to a total of €4,848,590,000, and these include the cost of materials, personnel expenses, amortization and write-downs of intangible fixed assets, and depreciation and write-downs of tangible fixed assets, and other operating expenses for the operating expenses, and the impairment of financial assets and interest result for the financial expenses. And the operating expenses are a total of $4,812,207, which is 99.25% of the total. And the financial expenses are a total of 36,383, and the interest result is 99.4% of the total.
Finally, by subtracting the final revenues by the expenses, we obtain the net income before tax to be €751,062,000, and after tax that amounts to €673,635.